morning. I am Dr. Sharma again with the introduction of organizational behavior. As we already discussed in the previous units of the blocks about the concepts of the organizational behavior as well as the objective, readings, use, understanding, changing, and the factors. What are the factors affecting upon the organizational growth? Factors affecting upon the team building. Overall, in this unit, we will discuss what are the models are there. So, in this unit or in the introduction part, we will discuss here systems and view of the OB, or you can say the organizational behavior. So, the model and the social learning theories are there which directly impact upon the system or in an organization. Here, in these theories, they clearly indicated about the system, model of the OBs, which is universally accepted. Model is defined in the figures. In these models, there are number one is the part of the input model, which we are what are type of the inputs we are providing for the organization. Then throughputs by which the specific system is going on, how the organization is running, and what is the output in the system is correlated with the diagram which is universally accepted. Input is there, process is there, then overall what is the output of the overall input to the process in an organization is the part of this block. Then we can see there are the legends, FOS formal organizations is there, systems are there, individual system, SS social system is there, society. In the previous unit we have discussed the society is very important, which directly impact upon the organizational growth as well as on the all the systems become the part of synergy, is the part of the achievements. So here the explanation of the system in this unit, or we can say in this block, clearly indicated with the help of models. They include the following points, following models are there. Like the organization have to pursue the socially as well as the approved objectives, approaches to the organizational behavior, which is very important and significant also. No organization has its own resources sometimes, not always, but resources are always input. These are allocated to the organization by the society to pursue socially. Approved objectives are there. Objectives and the resources thus are the inputs drawn by the organization from inputs time to time, which also provide the distant and the immediate environment to the organization. So there are the resources are very important. In this resource, human resource management, or we can say human is also working in any organization as a resource, while the machine, man, money and machine. 3M is very important. Man is the human resource. Money, what are the expenses are there, which type of the perks you are providing, incentives programs. So money is essential, and machines are very important as the resource which is utilized by an organization. Then throughout the organizational behavior, or you can say the OV system sometime. It is the composed of formal organization. We have already discussed 2 or 3 type of the organization is there, like there the formal organization is there as well as the informal organization are there. We have also studied in the previous unit of the blocks of the organizational behavior, where directly indicated the formally, which is designed by the rules, regulations, and by governing by some specific constitution of the organization, while informal group is the form between the intra departments. So they are the very important part of the formal organizations as well as the informal groups or the informal organization system also. But in the informal organization system, which is known as the FOS, place the just a positions of the individuals are there, as well as the system IS, which is known as the social system. Social system is known as the S system. Their interface between 3, in which the FOS system is driven seat influencing the IS and SS result into the organizational behavior, where is known as the individual system is known as IS, indicated clearly here. SS is the social system, clearly indicated here, and overall FOS is the formal organization system which work in any organization to run the organization, as well as the overall environmental effects can be seen here. Then this picture is clearly indicated here in this unit, in this block. The organizational behavior is correlated by, we can say or explain this specific phenomena with the help of this diagram here. Like the organizational objectives and the resources are the first part. What are the objectives are there? What is the mission is there? What is the vision is there? And what are the resources, which is the part of the inputs? What are the resources? Resources are inbound, as well as the resources are we are taking or purchasing from the another sources. So what are the sources are, what are the resources are, what are the objectives are set up by the organization. This is depend upon their organizational nature, as well as it depend on which type of the organization is it. This organization is working for the service sector, this organization is working only for the production purposes, or this organization is working for the educational purposes, pharmaceutical purposes. So many type of the organization is there, everywhere is the organization is there. So what type of the organization is there, which type of the product they are delivering, which type of the services they are designing, what type of the resources are there, which type of the organizational unity of command is there. This is the part of the organizational objective, and what are the objective they want to fulfill within a given time of the period is the part of the organizational objective and resources. Then these resources are directly correlated with the technology, because this is the era of the AI, artificial intelligence, or we can say this is the era of the technology. So technology advancement is also the part of the organizational growth. So without technology in the present scenario, it is I think it is quite impossible that any organization run, or they can achieve their objectives, or they can achieve their vision or mission without the help of the technology. Technology is everywhere. So after the organizational structure, organization, which type of the organization they are designing, open-ended organization is there, called closed-ended are there, which type of the unity of command is there, centralization is there, decentralization is there, which type of the organization structure is there, what is the system of the reporting is there. This is the upward information system they are following, communication system, or they are using the mixed type of the communication system, as well as which type of the unity of command they are providing. So this is the part of the organizational structure, as well as the centralization, decentralization is the part of this picture. Then formal requirement and the expectations are there. Formal requirements, some type of some requirements are the mandatory inbound requirement is there, basic requirement is there, which is just governed, which is just necessary to fulfill by the organization, are the type of the formal requirement. And expectation, what type of the expectation from their employees, what is the expectation in their you can say the quality of the work, as well as what type of the expectation from the employees, what is the expectation from the employer. Employees are expected from the employer. So this is the part. Then overall, after the organization resources are there, organizational objectives are set up, technological advancement or technology they are using, organization structure is formed, which type of the organization and what type of the system is there for the reporting is there, formal requirement as well as the expectations from which type of the expectations are there, what type of the system for the to find out the overall efficiency, what type of the result and the goals are achieving in a certain period of the time. So after it, the job satisfaction is very important. A specific employee is satisfied with the job or it is not satisfied with the job, that is the part of the prime part to study about the organizational behavior as well as the what type of the environment is there. Next we can say the explanations are as given below about some objectives. So the explanation objective of the organization embodied the inputs to the FY system, which is already discussed formally. Technology is essential everywhere for translating. Why this is essential? Technology is essential for the translating the objective into the concrete results. Without the help of technology, without the help of using the technology, it is sometime or in the era of the globalization, it is not possible to transfer or convert their objectives into the concrete results or into the you can the final result, or you can convert the objectives, they can achieve their goals. So technology is essential for the translating the objective into the concrete results. So it is very essential part is the technology, and technological advancement is also the part. Then the interface between the technology and the human resource accumulate into the structure. When there is a correlation, there is the interface, there is a bonding, there is a correlation, there is a bridge between the technology and the human resource, how we are using the technology to utilize the human resource to fulfill their objectives, and which type of the technology and which type of the department is there, what is the system is there. That is the part of the interface where is the correlation between the technology and human resource. Both together they are doing or they can do the better result for the organization, and it is directly impact upon the organizational environment. Then the structure represent both the hierarchical level, what are the hierarchy are there, as well as the functional specialization with the policies, what are the policies are there, rules are there, binding them into an organic unity is there. So the hierarchical points define the authority subordinates relationship are there, in which they communicate and play a very important role. So the formal requirement, which is expectations, what type of the expectation from the organization from its people is expressed, we can say in the vision, mission, goals, objective statements, which is influenced both by the external environment as well as the internal environment also there. In this structure we can say this is the specialized policies should be formed for the betterment of the organization, for the sake of the organization, to fulfill the objective of the organization is there. Authority as well as the existence of the authority is important. Leadership style, which type of leadership style is there. Many type of the leadership styles can be followed by the leaders or the managers in the organization. It may be the free reign leadership style, it may be the democratic, autocratic, various type of the managers are there, various type of the leadership style is there. This is depend upon the structure of the organization. This is depend upon the nature of the manager, what are the they are want to follow, which type of the leadership in there, which directly impact leadership style, directly impact upon the decision, which type of decision they are taking in any organization. Leadership indicate the managerial style, which type of managerial style they are following, which is discussed below in the model which is given by the case. Also decision making process can be either unilateral, maybe participated, unilateral and you are doing alone, while the participative, when they are using the participation, there is also some discussions are there, group discussions may be there, some meetings are there, and there is the participation from not only the particular managerial persons, but there is the participation of employees as well as the in charge, deputy in charge of any organization or the department is the part when we are taking any decision for making the policy, how we can run the organization, how we can prepare the specific rules and regulations are there. strategic decisions are there. That is the very important. Which type of strategy they are following, because any wrong strategy may be harmful for the sake of the organization. It is maybe negative, maybe a negative impact can be put when there is some error, or when we are just preparing the strategy without any study, it may be harmful. So strategy decisions are very important, and it will take the time. Also sometimes this is the part of the survey. Then it could be the premise to the executives, but the operational decision, which is just for the operation, where the policies is there, system is there, and there is only the operation, it is quite easy as compared to the strategic decisions. Balancing the organization is requirement into the interest of the employees. It is crucial for the decision to be effective. So these two type of the decision we are taking. Number one, which type of the strategic decision we are taking, what type of the executives are there, and what are the rationality between the decision. It is rational, it is balancing. If you are taking any decision, you are preparing any policies, and when you are applying it, and when you are in the part of the execution, is there is any balance, or you are just making the policies. So there should be a balance may be there between the strategic, which is known as the rational decisions, which can be operational in the organization, maybe provide a good decision, and it will directly impact upon the health of the organization, behavior of the organization, overall environment of the organization, when there is the balance between the strategic and operational decisions. Next we can see the role of authority. What type of authority is there? Then to ensure the compatibility. Compatibility word is we have discussed already in the unit number 1 also, as well as in the previous blocks we have discussed compatibility. When there is a rational relationship, it is compatible, it is justified, it is rational, it is possible when we are preparing any strategy, and it is just important, it is helpful for the operative persons also. When it is justified, then this specific thing is known as the compatibility. Compatibility is the between the organization expectations and employee interest, so that the organization gets the best performance from its people and the employees, driven the job satisfaction, which type of the job is there, how the job you can satisfied. Such a win-win situation is there. There are 2 or 3 types of situations are there. Win and lose situation is there, win-win situation is there, lose-lose situation is there. When win-win situation is known as the compatible, win-win situation is sometime we suppose or assume is fine or justified, or we can say this is the good situation for the any organization, when the employee and the employer both in the position, sometimes the consumer and the customer in the position, when they feel yes, this decision is in the favor of employee, yes, this decision in the favor of the employer also. So then these type of the situation, when we are preparing the strategic type of the decisions, is known as the win-win situation, where both are the winner, no one is the loser in the organization. Will lead to the tendency to perform among the human resources. Human resources very dedicated, and we can say that the prediction about the behavior of the human beings, when we are studying about the human resource management, which is the output of the FOS system, the interface between the FOS system, IS system already discussed, and SS social system, happens as given in the figures. You can say in the models. Models are some pictures are there, models are some guidance are there, models are some theories are there. So these are some models are there which directly indicated that which type of the organization there, what type of the organizational functions are there. So it directly indicated this thing is known as the OB model. OB model, every organization develop a particular model. Which type of the model they are developing? So in which the behavior of the people, how a particular person will be behave, how a particular manager will be behave, how a particular department personnels will be behave, depend upon the study of the models. So this model developed, some models or OB models are developed on the basis of the management assumptions, which type of the assumptions is the management is doing on about the people, about the vision of the management system. Since these assumptions vary to the great extent, These result into the development of the different type of the organizational behavior. This is the part of the OB model. From the very beginning of the civilized human society to alternative approaches are there, as well as adaptations is there, trust of the people, whatever trust they are developing. One say trust of the everyone unless there is a contrary evidences are there. So we can say that another person is saying do not trust anyone unless there is a contrary evidences are there. Naturally, the interpersonal or the interactions take place differently under the two approaches. One approach is it directly trust everyone. Then second approach said do not trust anyone. So there is a lacuna. There is the part of the synthesis. This is the part of the analysis, which is the good policy, which is the naturally adopted policy are there when you can trust to everyone, and we can say no, don't trust anyone. There is a monitoring system should be there. When we are working in any organization, there is a need of the more you can say the CCTV cameras is there. So when this is depend upon the policy and the objective of the organization, is it is necessary or not, this is the part when we have discussed about the organizational model, which model is the fruitful for the growth of the organization or for the environmental rest in the organization, or minimize the any conflict in any organization. Following the description, we can say, you can say from this slide also, most of the organization we can say tend to be the arranged. How we can arrange? On the assumption of the pupil, they cannot be trusted, you can say, or realized on every teeny matters. Not always they have work and discuss about the any simple things in the organization. However, this is only the one side of the coin, not always you can say the this is always true. For example, McGregor has given their theory. This theory is very famous theory, which is known as the X and Y theory. X and Y theory is there. Each theory makes an assumptions. Assumptions are there. Then we can say what is the result is there, which are quite contrary to each of the, we can say the maturity of the pupil, which of the maturity level of the organizational pupils are there, which also provide the two opposite view about the pupils. The one is the X, one is the Y. Thus the OB model, organizational behavior models developed on the basis of these assumptions always would be shown the great variations are there. Two different type of the variants are there. So these variations you can say, or you can see in the slide. However, OB models that are in the practices show many kinds, some kinds of the contempt between these two opposite poles are there. Opposite poles are there through they tend to the lean towards a particular persons are there. Davis had described in their study what four OB model, which are the follows. Autocratic model. We have started from the A. Autocratic model. This is very important model which is applied in the studies of the organizational behavior. Like in this autocratic model, managerial orientation is there. It's towards the power given to the managers. Managers see the authority as, we can say, they only mean to get the things done, how the work will be done, and employees are expected to follow the orders only. Yes, I am an autocratic person, I am a manager, I am the whole soul, I have this type of the authority is there. Okay, this work should be done in the particular time, this type of the result is mandatory, how is the accuracy of this result is required. So these are just you follow the things, not there, if no there is no, if no, but from the employee side, just do and follow the guidelines which is designed by the higher authorities, is the part of autocratic models is there. The result is high dependency on the bosses. The boss is always right. High dependency on the boss. Okay, this is the rules. We can say if it is applied to the organization, what is the result is going on. So there is the one way flow is there. This is the autocratic style of the model. So boss is always right. This dependency is possible because employees live to the substance level only, and boss is the always right here in the autocratic model, managerial orientation towards power only. It is clearly indicated here. Then the organization process, you can see, is mostly formalized is there. The authority is delegated. How they are delegated? Delegated by the right of the command over the people to whom it applies. The management decided, or management persons are decided, what is the best action for the employees, what we can do for the best for the employees. The model is largely based on the theory of the X exemption, XY theory we have already discussed of the MacGregor. So, where the human beings are taken inherited, distasteful for work and try to avoid the responsibility is the part of the X factor. A very strict and close, both. Supervision is required. Supervision is very important part, because after the supervision, then it will be completed. We become the part of the evaluation. Evaluation is provide what is the result, what is the end result of any process or any assignment is also the part of the supervision. Then evaluation is required to obtain the desirables performance from employees. Likker's management system, which provide and can compared with the model of the organizational behavior. Likert scales is also discussed. Likert scales is also there, which we are sometimes using Likert scale to find out the behavior, to find out the attitude. What type of the attitude is there? What is the behavior is there? What type of the balancing is there? What type of the behavior is there? This is positive attitude is more, negative attitude is there, or there is any balancing is there, and which type of the balancing is required to fulfill their goals or fulfill the goal of the organization is the part of the Likert scales also. His system exploitatively authoritative, in which motivation, there is the word motivation used. Motivation is a positive force, and sometimes negative motivation is there, but motivation is a force which always apply to fulfill the goals of an organization, to give the boost up, to give the positive stimulation towards achieving the goals of an organization, the motivation. So physical security, we have the security we are providing, and some use of desire or start and better performance, how we can perform better, is ensured through the fear, whatever the fear is there, threats, what type of the threats are coming day by day, punishment, what type of the punishment is the part of motivation also sometime, and occasional rewards, communication, what type of the communication you are using, which type of the communication media you are using, mostly one way, two way, or sometimes mixed type. That is the downward, upward, where is the little interaction between the manager and employees. So there is the need to analyze the system which you are using. So there are the words are very important in this specific. You can see here in this slide: reward, threats, occasional rewards, desire of the employees, security, whatever the security of in future sometime, as well as the way of communication, whatever the way of communication is using, which type of the communication style is using by the manager. So these are the part of the interactions in this model. The autocratic model represents the traditional thinking which is based upon the economical concept, whatever the economical concept is going on of the human beings, or you can say the of an employee or employees. So with the changing the values are changing day by day, very fast, and the aspirations level of the persons, pupils, employees. So this model is yielding model placed to the another model However, this does not mean that this model is discarded in toto. So, in many cases, we can say, in many cases, the autocratic model of the organizational behavior may be a quite useful way to accomplish the performance, particularly where the employee can be motivated by the psychological needs. They generally happens at the lowest strata of the organization sometime. So, this is the need to study the autocratic model is important. Then, after this model, the various models are there for the study of the organizational behavior. Second, we can say, or we can say number 2, you can say this is the custodial model. You can write down custodial. In the custodial model of the organizational behavior, or to study the environmental conditions are there in the specific organization, the managerial orientation towards the use of money to pay for employee benefits. Money is there, and this money is used for the benefit of the employees which are working in any organization. The model depends upon the economic resources. Economic resources are very, very significant. Economy is very, very important. Money is very significant. How we can utilize the money, how we can utilize the resources, how we can motivate the persons who are working in any organization. So, the model depends upon the economic resources of the organization and its ability also to pay for the benefit. Then, while the employee hope to obtain security, at the same time they become, you can say, highly depend upon the organization. So, this is the part of custodial model of the organizational behavior. Next, we can say in this model, an organization reduces the personal as well as dependency on the boss. There is the dependency reduces as compared to the autocratic model, dependency upon the boss, higher authorities. But in this specific model, which is known as also the custodial model, an organizational dependency reduces, not for 100% dependency is there, personally on the bosses. The employee are able, justified. If employee are able, justified to satisfy their security needs, or in the context of the Hertzberg's theory on maintenance factors are there, various factors are working in the organization. So, these employees, we can say, working under the custodial model of the organizational behavior will feel happy, more happy sometimes. Their level of the performance is not very high sometimes, but it is justified. The resemblance again the Hertzberg's satisfier theories and dissatisfier theory, two type of the state may be arises in any organization, or state is there: satisfied worker, satisfied employee, or dissatisfied. Satisfaction or dissatisfaction sometimes also depend upon the environmental factors, as well as also depend upon the environmental, you can say, the organizational factors. What type of the environment is there, which type of the system is there, which type of the security you are providing to the employees, which type of the management system is there, what are the redressal handling procedures are there. So, what type of the security you are providing for the employee is depend upon the satisfaction and dissatisfaction. So, dissatisfaction always negative for the growth of the organization. Satisfied employees or satisfaction is always positive factors. What is the meaning of satisfaction? What is the meaning of satisfaction? Satisfaction is a state when a particular person think about a minimum requirement for the survival, when this specific requirement fulfilled by the organization with the help of, you can say, their security, with the help of their pension schemes, with the help of their increments, and that particular person is satisfied. Okay, yes, this is my minimum level is there, I am satisfied with the organization, it is just good for me. Then there may be some chances are there when they want a growth, and this growth is not up to the mark, then that particular person or employee working in any organization may be dissatisfied with the policies, with the rules, with the regulation which is existing in the organization. Sometimes also on the with the behavior of their bosses or superiors. Then we can say, since the employees are getting adequate regards, adequate means which is justified, which is just, this is the minimum I want, this is the just, I want a minimum regard from my bosses, minimum regard from the organization, then this is not the adequate, not access, adequate only. And the organization security is there, then they feel happy, there may be the more chances of the satisfied workers working in any organization. However, they are not giving any authority to decide what benefit or reward they should get. This depends on the management. The approach is quite similar, we can say quite similar to the patrimonial approaches, where the basic assumption is that it is the prerogatives to the management to decide what benefits are best, what are the policies are best or suited for the employee's benefit are there. Such an approach is still quite common in any organization, in many business organizations you can say, in many enterprises you can say. That is not the organization, especially in India. The phenomena is more predominant. Predominant means existing and dominancy also. In the family managed business organization, this is family based businesses are there, where the family characteristics have also been applied to the organizational setting. The basic ingredients of the family managed system is that what the parents decided what is good, what is bad, what is justified for the growth, for the future of their children, and the manager also decided what is the good, what is the best for their employees, like the parents. This is the family based or family type of the approach is there, where decided by the father and mother. This is also decided by them what is good, what is bad for the employees. The form of point of which we can say that the model is not suitable for matured employees always. Then next model is known as the supportive model, autocratic, custodial. Then supportive model of the organizational behavior, directly indicated here, support. How we can support? You can see in this slide also. The supportive model of organizational behavior depends on the managerial leadership style. Leadership style is very, very important. You can see which type of the management is there, which type of your behavior is there, how you are dealing with your employees, how a business organization is running, what type of the policies, philosophy or model you are applying, which type of the dealing you are doing. This is directly indicated, or directly it will be impact upon the conditions, or you can say the factors, or the condition or factors, or the overall happiness of an organization. So the supportive model of the organization behavior depends on the managerial leadership rather than the use of the power of money only. In the custodial we are using the money, but here we are using the power sometimes, and this is the leadership style. Which type of the leadership style is there? The aim of manager is to support employees. Manager always positive in their achievement of result. Which type of the result is there? The focus is primarily, we can say, on the participation and the involvement of the employees in the managerial decision making process. So they are supporting to the employees. So supportive model of an organizational behavior depends upon the managerial leadership style. It is clearly indicated in this model. This model is based upon the principle of support relationship, which is on the cult, which is the basic ingredients, basic element, basic requirement of his system, or we can say part participative. Likert state clearly indicated there that the leadership, behavioral approaches and the other process of the organization must such as to ensure a maximum probability that in all interactions and all relationship with the organization, each member will, in the light, with that light of the background, what type of the value system is there, expectations are views, what type of the expectations, and experiences as the supportive, what type of the support you are providing, on which they form a relationship. In the sense of personal worth, it is very important for the managers. You must maintain a relation one-to-one with the employees who are working in any organization. It is quite similar to the assumptions of George. Then, in this model, the supportive model is based upon the assumptions. Assumptions, the human beings move to the maturity level and they expect organizational climate which support the expectations. Various organizational process, communication, leadership, decision making, interaction, control, you can say control, and influence, such as that they help the employee to fulfill their higher orders need, such as esteem needs, self-actualization. This is the part of the need hierarchy theory, which is directly indicated there are the 4 to 5 type of the needs are there. Basic needs are there. Then you can say there are some needs are derived needs are there. Then esteem needs are there. At last, self-actualization stage is there. The theory of motivation is directly indicated when we are completed the one pyramid, then it will arises to the second. This is arises to the when there is the, you can say there is the basic need of food, shelter. Then there is the financial need. Then there is the security need. Then the recognition need. Then at last there is the self-actualization needs. Everything is there. But self-actualization is the last part, which is very important and very short pyramid. But this is the part. Self-actualization is the part. But first, you can say the first strata or the first level is only the basic need. This is the big but essential for the employees. Then, Likert has also shown that the supportive model is best suited model in the condition when employees are self-motivated. If self-motivated is very good. There is no need to provide them the more and more stimuluses there. Self-motivated. Self have the sense of humor to fulfill their work. Self-justified about the goals which must be achieved. Then this emphasis not on the economic resources, the organization, but its human aspects are there. Manager's role is help the employees here to achieve their work, to achieve their goals, rather than the supervision, only the supervision. No, they helpful, not we are supervising, we are helpful to give you the support. Why you are not achieving your goals? What are the lacuna is there? What type of the drawbacks are there? Why you are not focusing to complete or fulfill your goals and achievements? What are the hurdles are there? What are the problems are there? Why you are absent from so long time? What are the reasons behind it? But they support, okay sir, these type of the problems are there. Okay, rectified it. We will support you. You can do work. You are experienced person. Then, if that particular employee is good, then there is the responsibility of the manager they must retain that particular person. Okay, some factors are there, some productivity problem is there. So we will rectify it not only by the supervision and by only the instructions, but with the help them. If I have the knowledge, so I am the boss. No. If you have the knowledge, your knowledge should be useful for the betterment of employee, to help them how the particular person will achieve their targets. Not you are achieving your target. Okay, you are helpful to achieve them their target also. So lower order need are satisfied reasonably in this model. Organization with the sophisticated technology you are using, we have already discussed in the previous slide. Technology very important to fulfill their goals, as well as the employing the professional people can also apply the model for getting the best out of their human resources already discussed. However, this does not mean that this model can be applied in all the circumstances. Always it is not applicable. But for the example, Davis observes that the supportive model tends to be especially where effective in the nation with the affluences the complex technology, and because it appeals to higher order needs and they provides instincts motivational factors to the employees. When there is some difficulty is there, some complexity is there, there is a percentage of the achievement is going low, then there is need to support to employee, then this model must be applied in any organization. It may not be the best model. I am not saying the this model is good or that model is good, autocratic, custodial, supportive. So it may not be the best model only applied in the less developed nation sometime, because their employees needed structured, who are often lower level, and their social conditions are different. They are from the various different backgrounds are there. Moreover, this model can be applied more fruitfully, more result oriented for managerial levels as compared to the operative levels. One is the strategic level, second is the operative level. As such, the tendency of the modern management, this is the era of the globalization, so modern management applications are there, especially for their management groups. We can change their strategies, we can redesign our strategies, we can do more and more results, how we can grow well. Collegial model is also there. In this model, an extension of the supportive model. This is the extension. There is some dimensions increased. The term collegial refers to the body of the peoples or the persons or you can employees having the common purpose. Collegial, yes, we have the combined. Our goal is the same. Our mission is the same. Our objectives is the same. Sometimes department may be different, but mission is a single mission. In you can say in any organization or in any college, the department is different. Humanity department is different. Pharmacy department is different. Management department is different. Humanities is different. But computer science department is different. But there is one single aim. We want our excellence. We want the 100% result. We want the 100% placement of our student. Then they are belong to the different sector. They are different from the departments, but they are united towards the achievement of their mission, towards achievement of the goals, towards achieve their objective, which is given in the by the organization, is the betterment of student, rather than that particular person from the pharmacy, that particular person from another department. So collegial means an extension of the support. We will provide you the support. Then the term collegial refers to body of people having the common purpose, common goal. Sometimes collegial model is based upon the concept which the employee develop high degree of understanding, developing high degree of understanding towards others and share the common goals. Yes, this work is not for only a particular department. This is for the whole organization. when in team is working, when any team is playing in the ground, there is only one goal. Yes, we become the winner. We will do our best, not for a particular person who is the man of the match. This is not depend, but we are contributing similarly, and this is a combined efforts and a combined goal is there. So this is the part of the collision model and combined model also. The employee responses to the situation. Situation is responsibilities. Employees need the little directions, we can say, and the control of the management system. Control in the basics through the self-discipline by the team members. What type of team members are doing? The organizational climate. What type of climate is there? Quite the conductivity of self-fulfillment and self-actualization stage is arising. Collision model tends to be the more and more useful when unpowered work requiring the behavior, flexibility, and intellectual environment. Intellectual environment is very different type. There is the need of more and more intellectual persons, and there is a more need of the research. And considerable job freedom is there. Yes, you are free. The various models of the organizational behavior are based upon the assumptions only, on the experiments only, the human characteristics and how they can work best, how they can utilize their best for the organization. Since the situational variables are there, various factors are there, strongly factors are there which are determining the organizational process, as well as the managers cannot assume a particular model is the best suitable model. Only one model we can apply. There may be the mix of the model we can apply for the growth of the organization. Then in practices, and too much considerable success may be arise with the help of the models. These models are basically, OV models are basically constructed around the need, what are the hierarchy level, what is the communication system. Since they need the hierarchy not similar to all the employees, the same model cannot be used for all them, for the all organization everywhere in the total. There may some variation maybe arises. Then the need of the hierarchical level changing with the level of the person in the organization, level of the education, what is the education level is there, level of the maturity, what of the maturity is there, qualification system is there, what is the qualification of the particular employees, what is the qualification of the manager, what is the leadership style they are following in the organization. Considering the factors, a particular model can be applied after the study. Organization theories are there, various theories are there, which are good or which provide that there is a tendency to move towards the adaptation when we are adopting anything good, any theory, any good research for supporting model, because in the case you can say what people may give their best, employees are their best, so the condition conductive to give their best performance. This why the manager are taking a number of the steps, humanize their organization, such as the participation is there, what are the moral level are there, building their morals, values to work in the organization, as well as the transparency is there, and so on, to make the organization more and more effective with the help of models. Then managing the organizational behavior, how we can manage, how we can control, like the elephant, we can control the elephant, we can control any type of the animal sometimes. So how we can control the behavior of the particular person, what are the tactics, tools are there, what are the models are there, what are the philosophy is there, what is the new recent management theories are saying, what are the research are going on. So after the understanding the theories as well as the OB model and studying it, then OB system we can apply, organizational behavior system we can apply, model as well as the permanent managers shall learn how they can apply the control, as well as the 4 models organizational behavior is given in the table below here. So about the organization, what type of the development, what type of the, you can say, the assimilation and socialization is required. We have already discussed the socialization, very significant part. After the careful perusal of the table which is given for the learning, and manager in the making can place their better into the framework and work upon the mentor models also. So no model shall be the conceived the absolute good. This is very good, this is very bad. No, we cannot criticize any model, because there are theories are there. They are based upon the research. So always effective based upon the maturity level, education level, behavior of the employees, type and nature of the organization. which it be the model at the different periods of the time and the situation may be helpful. Autocratic model works with the formal official authorities and power is used for employees to follow the order and order and order, sometimes no question, without questions, and interpreting at the management implicit assume it for what is the best. So in another model, management assume the employees are passive in nature, resistant to the organizational needs. They have to be persuade into the performance, and in the management task theory X or theory Y, as well as the F.W. Taylor scientific study of the management already we have discussed, largely focused. Taylor work are very significant in the studies of management. So employees in turn shall be obedient, exhibit, flexible. There is a degree of compliances, takes order and does not take back to has work in the history only. You can write down this model. Variables: autocratic, custodial, supportive, collegial. Autocratic, depend upon the power. Very important slide is this. You can write down. They are the variables. You can see here the variables in this table. You can see here. Variables are depends on managerial orientation is there, employees orientation is there. You can say in this figure on this picture, autocratic, depend upon the power. Yes, we have the powerful. We are the boss. We are always, boss is always right. In custodial, economic resources. How we are utilizing the resources. How these resources are utilized. How these resources are also helpful for the employees' benefit. Then supportive model, leadership. Which type of leadership style is there? How they are working, how they are motivating their employees. Then collegial, mutual contribution is there. In case of managerial orientation, we can say in autocratic, authority is the man. Then in the custodial model, you can say material rewards. What are the rewards they are providing time to time? Then support, benefit, sometime education, technology, and counseling sometime. Integration and teamwork. Prepare a team. Sometime you can say formal groups, you can make the informal groups. Team building is there. Then obedience is there. Yes, you are obedient. You will fulfill the rules. Okay, boss is already, oh yeah, this is the rules. No, if no, but. Security is more prime. What type of security level is there? Performance, supporting, depend upon the performance. We are supporting you, we are providing you these type of the things. How you are performing. Then responsibility. What type of the responsibility you are offering? Yes, we are responsible. Yes, we all together will achieve our target. This is a quite, you can say, the difference. Employees psychological results, personal dependency, organizational independency, participation, higher orders are there, self-discipline level is there. So employees psychological, what are the psychological needs? Performance of the result, morals and measurement of the morals are there. What is the values and behavior is there? Substances are there. What type of the minimum level of substance is there? Compliances are there. You can say the satisfaction, motivation and commitment. Hence, a complaint employee may not be taken back but cannot be supported from through the back. Then, pent up the feeling of the frustration of employees are frustrated, insecurity, aggregation of insecurity, how we will secure in the life, what is the phenomena, what is the level of the security. So, satisfaction came from an important outcome. Satisfaction is not arising only from the one thing, not only from the salary, but various factors are working to put the satisfaction in an unsatisfied employee. To the managers use welfare, human resource practices, keep the employee happy. Yes, I am happy. How? With the help of the practices, policies. The purpose, however, it is perhaps to add the organizational dependency, adopt a reduced dependency on the bosses. The subordinate may extend it the passive, you can say here, as well as the cooperative and corporations are there. Subordinate conditions, Hertzberg's called hygiene factors are there. XY theories are there. With no motivational value and the caution that with the satisfied the need, not a motivator, psychological factors, expectation, you can say the expectations toward the autonomy, toward the challenges and responsibility may be emerged. In the supportive model, we have discussed already, accept the manager to give. What type they give? Give there the employee more psychological support, sometimes other type of the support of technological support are there, economic support may be there. Rennie's liquids clearly indicated employees oriented, supervisors, supportive, and Meho's studies are there, small groups consideration, group study, group dynamics they have studied. Role in consider the more satisfying. More satisfying. Why? Satisfying the economic support, welfare, and human resource practices are there. It is the supportive leadership style or model who makes the difference between the pupil as the motivator. Theory action by clearly indicated. In the collegial model we have studied here for the organizational behavior, really adapted to the flexibility, intellectuality, environmental conditions, project metrics, as well as the what type of the organization label is here. It promotes teamwork. Always helpful. You must be consider this point. Teamwork always good for the organization. It will provide a healthy competition in the market. Team is always maybe a factor for the winning. So recognition and recognize their good work, individual contributions, how a person is doing, and what is the team is doing. Worthy and instills a sense of self-discipline is there. To conclude this, we have seen the need, aspirations that deems the models and various model and the relevances of the models are there. So we can say OB is the body of the knowledge. We have already discussed in the unit number 1 also. What are the concept of organizational behavior? What are the objective of the organizational behavior? So after doing the unit, we should able, after completion of these specific units, we are able to understand the changing scope, organizational behavior changes, as well as the open system, as well as the institutional system, as well as the autocratic model, as well as the collegial models we can study. So in the summary and at last, OB is the body of the knowledge and the pupil skill that helps to the manager to understand, analyze, and as well as they predict. OB combines the two components. So the organizational behavior as well as you can the organization comprises to the pupil. Structure are there, technology are there. So right now, today we are here. In the next class we will discuss about the another block, another unit. Thank you very much. Bye.